This is Soggy Nachos Podcast. My name is Durag Johnny, and what's up, Charlie? How you doing, man?
We going with aliases now. I didn't know.
Listen,
I'm
Durag
going with
right now
Incredible
was on
McGee.
for the Durag right now is on for a particular reason that I'm not going to discuss on the show.
Okay,
It is what it is. I'm gonna leave that alone. What's
I
up,
like
Frank?
it.
How are you?
I'm just trying to think of my alias. I'm trying to think of what's cool enough to be my alias right now. Why y'all
Oh,
doing
you the
damn
superstar.
You
Girl,
already
the
Frank Nitty, bro.
superstar.
You already Frank Nitty, bro.
All right, cool.
Come on, man.
less.
And when your name is Hollywood, your nickname should be Frank.
Exactly.
Okay,
So look,
fair enough.
let's jump right.
Thanks
we're
for
in
that. Thanks for that
Charlie's
teamwork.
season. We're not gonna act like we're not in Charlie's season because we are in Charlie's season.
Oh yeah,
Charlie's season, draft season, and we're going to talk about one aspect, wide receivers, because this is the weapons show. We understand on this show how big receivers are, so we're going to get right into this. And I'm going to just jump out right now, and I'm not going to bury the lead. We're talking about who we think the best receiver in the draft is, and mine, I told them before we recorded, is pretty clear. I think it's Quentin Johnston. He has the size that I like. He's just the best overall receiver. I know y'all liking Jigba and all these other cool guys.
Don't say y'all, bro. Calm down with the y'alls. But,
Quentin Johnston's the best receiver in the draft. I think it's pretty clear. I didn't even know. Like at first, when I was just watching highlights, I was just like, "Oh, these guys look pretty good." But when I'm just looking at these guys, like, okay, which one of these dudes gonna play in the NFL? It's Johnston. Charlie, rebuttal.
You want a rebuttal? You go ahead.
it's JSN. All right, Jackson Smith and Jigba is the best receiver in the draft, and I know to a layman you might think there's Quentin Johnston because he's tall
Big
and
boy.
because he's fast.
Fast boy.
And he's good after the catch. I like Quentin Johnston. It's not like I listed anything bad, but the wide receivers got to do two things. They have to run routes and catch the football. Jackson Smith and Jigba runs routes, gets open, and catches the football.
He does.
Quentin Johnston
He got
does
some
not
drops
run
in
the
him,
crispiest routes. He does not catch the ball in any type of crispy fashion whatsoever.
Fair.
He's
He
a
wins
body
a lot of- he
snatcher.
wins a
It's
lot
the
of
return
one-on-ones.
of the body snatchers. That's what Quentin Johnston is. He's great. He's great. Great after the catch. He's a good. You can scheme him open, and maybe he develops into a tremendous receiver. That's why I'm a fan of him. But today, give me JSN. You can force feed him like you can force feed Antonio Brown back in the day, or Amon-Ra St. Brown. Maybe
That
his
would
last
be
name
good.
is Brown on the low. I don't know. But
He-
he's that type of guy where you can generate an offense around him. I'll take
What you think?
Jackson Smith and Jigba personally.
What you think, Frank?
So here's my thing. What we not gonna do is live in this world where we use fake traits, because in no way, shape, or form is Jackson Smith and Jigba 6'1", and we not gonna pretend 6'1", not tall enough for real anyway. But he's clearly like 5'10". I don't know if you've ever seen him. He looks 5'10". Everything about him says 5'10", and that says. And he played in college as a slot receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like they lined him primarily in the slot. I know he played on the outside sometimes, but
Get
they
your
lined
bars
him up.
off. Go ahead.
whole
Get
lot.
your bars off. Go ahead. Do your
They,
thing.
they lined him up in the slot a whole lot.
Mhm.
He is not the best receiver. See, the thing that,
Mhm.
it's like, I don't know if you guys remember when you're in high school, like, you try out for the basketball team, and it's like, there'll be like some big guy, right? And he's not even good. But what do they talk about? You can't coach size, right? You can't coach size.
Okay. All right.
There's no one good enough to negate the size that you get from Quentin Johnston. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no one good enough that negates it. There's no one that stands out. And Jackson Smith and Jigba, as good as he is, and you know how much I love guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, but that's not what I want for my number one receiver or a guy that's going to be the best receiver in the class. So we're not doing that. You can have those games all
Why
you
he
want,
never
Charlie,
do it though?
but this
Why
is
he
why you
never
ain't
do
play
it though?
sports.
Why he never
Huh?
do it though? Why he
Huh?
never do it though? You talk
I don't
about
know.
all this.
Don't ask me. I'm not him.
I'm just saying, like Jackson Smith and Jigba put up 1,600 yards, receiving yards
That
when
season,
he had the two best rookies in the NFL on the
Mhm.
outsides of that formation.
I feel like that's
He
why,
had
because
Garrett
everybody
Wilson.
paid attention to them and let him
sir.
go
No,
off.
sir. That's not how it works in college football.
I
In
know.
college football, the best players get the football. Period. This
Okay,
ain't the
look,
NFL.
that's
They're
it.
not decoys. So Garrett Wilson on the outside, Chris Olave on the outside. That's why he played in the slot. Those two are outside receivers.
Can I say
He
something?
played
real
in the
quick?
slot and he ate. They said who's the best between. There was an interview. Those three sitting there. Who's the best receiver in this room? they all pointed to JSN. I'm just saying,
because he's making 1-footed catches
Sure.
catches on the
Hey,
sideline. That horrible
sure doesn't
throw,
help.
the one they always have in the
doesn't hurt.
highlights that wouldn't have counted in the NFL. Okay,
Listen,
cool.
listen.
Smith and
That
Jigba's
was nice.
cool, but we talking about number one stud receiver.
Right, he's not going.
And I'm not even saying Quentin Johnson necessarily that. I say in this draft class, this is a whole bunch of solid receivers in this draft.
Right, it's
A whole
no
bunch of
great
solid guys.
That's cool. Nell must not see seen Quentin Johnson's injury report, and Frank probably hasn't seen him try to catch the ball with two hands.
I have.
seen the injury report.
Listen, I have. Remember, we did the scouting thing, and I watched a lot of them. It's not great, but
I don't know, man. I like knowing what I'm getting. Jackson Smith and Jigba, like I said, I love Quentin Johnston, but he just hasn't actually been very.
Can we talk about this though? Can we talk about this though?
It's kind of potential versus actuality. Actual production.
He wants to key in on all this potential. He didn't tell you that the Jackson Smith and Jigba is he's one of those people that that I hate, that has problems with separation, that those are his enemies. Like he's one of them guys. He creates separation.
So he don't like breaking up with his girlfriend.
He's not a speedster. He creates separation with his movement and his crisp route running. I'm not doing it, nigga.
Yeah,
Antonio Brown was the best receiver in the league.
Antonio
Brown was the best receiver in the league for a while, and he did that with route running.
Yeah, no, but that was elite. That was like elite, like level uniqueness. Like that's not like you can't just pull that out.
Unique. It's at Ohio State.
Anyway, so what about any of the other guys are close, or those the top two for you, Charlie?
I do want to say that Jordan Addison, people are pushing Jordan Addison down because he ran.
You hated on
like
him that was my guy.
No, Frank, I mean, hold on, Frank. I told Charlie who Jordan Addison remind me of.
Hold on. I'm saying,
is it one of my abandoned children?
I'm just saying, Jordan Addison. People are trying to say there's a lot of mock drafts going out that he's not going to be in the first round because one of his 40 times was in the 4.5s.
That's not good.
That's a little good. He came in the 270s. He ran in the 4.5s. It's all malarkey. I'm telling you right now, he's going in the first. He might be the first receiver taken. People love him. He can catch the football, run routes. A lot of people compare him to Stephon Diggs in a lot of ways.
Who did I compare him to?
Stephon Diggs.
Terry McLaurin.
That's all I'm saying.
He give me McLaurin vibes, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And that's not good enough. Just not good enough.
You know what I'm realizing? The number one receivers don't just grow on trees. You gotta really bring them in and just figure out if they're one. It's hard to bring them out of the draft, man. The fact that Rager went over Jefferson is crazy.
Yeah, people think too much. I think the two that we brought up for the majority of the day, and Jackson Smith and Jigba and Quentin Johnson, I think people are just overthinking. Like, this isn't the underwear Olympics. Like, you get open, you catch the football. Like, I get that Jackson Smith and Jigba isn't like a triathlete. He's not running a 4.2, but he plays football very well.
And he's soft too, because he was injured the whole
don't talk about injuries with Quentin Johnston in the building. So
I don't like that you brought that up because I didn't know that, but I'm gonna shut up about it.
Look, Quentin Johnston has all the potential to be the number one receiver. It's just I just want to see him do it and learn how to catch with your hands, big fella.
I like that. Respect. Anyways, man, that's Soggy Nachos podcast for you. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, like, comment, share. I said it out of order. It don't matter.
Buttons, like, you got to put the buttons up in the middle of this joint too, so they can see.
I don't think there's an order. They can hit them all.
Subscribe button again.